morning, student. Today we shall start the second paper of the second semester. The code of the paper is NAP 202. Is to indicate that second semester, and this 2 is a second paper. That means second paper of second semester. And the name of the paper is geometry. Already in 12th you have studied the geometry, in 11th also from school level you have also studied. But the geometry which we have studied in 12th, the some part of that will be repeated here. The paper is MAP 202. Geometry, this is for 50 marks. Paper first is MAP 201. Name of paper is Integral Calculus. I am going to teach second paper, that is a geometry. First chapter is the plane. As you have seen in the syllabus, first chapter is plane, second is the right line, third chapter is the sphere, fourth chapter is right cylinder and right circular cone and right circular cylinder. Next chapter is conical. Last two chapters are the smalls. Right circular cone, right circular cylinder, and conicoids, which can be studied within 2 or 3 days. That means to complete this we require 3 or 4 lectures. Today we shall start our first chapter, the plane. Name of chapter is plane. Already you know that to define a plane, at least 3 points are required. The first article is first degree, general equation of first degree. And general equation of first degree is written as ax plus by plus cj plus d. It is called as the general equation of first degree. Condition is that none of all these three a, b, c at the same time this is not equal to 0. At least one of them must be non-zero. If all three become 0, then it will become only d equal to 0. This is the general equation of first degree. It is a linear equation in first degree. As all these three constants a, b, c, these three coefficients at the same time is not equal to 0, this condition can be written as a square plus b square plus c square is not equal to 0. Okay, this is the general equation of first degree. But every equation of first degree in x, y, z represent a plane. This is the theorem. Every first degree equation in x, y, z represent a plane. That means the equation ax plus by plus cj plus d equal to 0, which is the equation of plane in 3D, 3 geometry. This is the general equation of plane. What is the statement? Every equation of first degree in x, y, z represent a plane. That means ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. This is the equation of plane. That is, whenever we have to write a plane, we shall write such type of equation. The converse of this theorem is also true. What is the converse? Every first degree equation, in x, y, z represent a plane. This is the theorem. Its converse is every equation of plane is of first degree equation. Every equation of plane is a first degree equation. Okay. Now this equation ax plus by plus cz plus b equal to 0 is considered as general equation of plane. General equation of plane. And the equation of plane can also be written in normal form. And it is called, the equation is lx plus my plus nj is equals to p. Okay, this is the equation in normal form. Now, here in previous equation, in general equation a, b, c and d, these are the real numbers, any real numbers. But in this case, L, M, N and P, no doubt these are real numbers, but these some conditions are there. The L, M and N, that means L, M, N are the direction cosines of the normal to the plane. Normal to the plane means any line which is perpendicular to the plane is called as a normal to the plane. You can look here. Suppose this is the equation, this is the plane. This is the plane. Whose equation is given in normal form as Lx plus My plus Nz is equals to P. Okay? Now, consider a line. Suppose this is a line which is perpendicular to the plane. Okay? Perpendicular to the surface of the plane. Then, the coefficient L, M, N of x, y, z are the direction cosines of this line. Are the direction cosines of this line. That means L, M, N, these are the direction cosines of the line which is perpendicular to plane. And the line which is perpendicular to plane, it is called as a normal. Normal to plane. Okay? And coefficient of x, y, z are direction cosines of the normal. Then the equation is called as in normal form. Okay? What is P here? P is a perpendicular distance of a plane from the origin. Perpendicular distance of the plane from the origin. If you consider axis, this is the x-axis, this is z-axis, and this is the y-axis. These three axes are mutually perpendicular to each other. Then draw the perpendicular. This is the origin O 0, 0, 0. Draw the perpendicular from the origin of the plane. This plane is in space. It is a three-dimensional geometry. So y-axis perpendicular to the plane of O, and therefore this plane is in the space. Draw the perpendicular from this plane to the origin. This is the perpendicular. Okay, this is the perpendicular. This angle is 90 degree. Then suppose this meet to the plane at this point. Suppose this point is P. This is a O. OP. This OP is a small p. That means in the equation of plane in normal form, the coefficient of x, y, z are the direction cosines of the normal to the plane, and the right hand side small p is the perpendicular distance of this plane from the origin. That means this distance is small p. That means OP, distance OP is small p. Don't confuse between this p. The p is a point and this is the distance. Now if you consider this point as a m, suppose this is a m. Then distance OM is small p. Okay? L and M are the direction cosines. What are the direction cosines? But you should know this. Without knowing direction cosine, you cannot understand this. One more thing is that direction numbers also there. Direction numbers, or it is also called as a direction ratios. What are the direction ratios? Look here. Suppose this is a x-axis, z-axis, and this is a y-axis. Origin 0, 0, 0. And consider any line in the space, or you can consider like this also. This is a line here. Then angle made by this line with positive direction on x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis are called as direction angles. Means this line makes some angle to x-axis, some angle to y-axis and z-axis. We assume that angle made by this line with x-axis is alpha, with y-axis is beta, and with z-axis is gamma. Then these three angles are called as a direction angles. Listen again. Angle made by line with positive directions of x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis are called as a direction angles. Okay. We shall denote this by alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha is the angle made by this line with x-axis, beta is the angle made by this line with y-axis, and gamma is the angle made by this line with z-axis. Then cosines of direction angles are called as the direction cosines. Cosines of direction angles. That means cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. These are the direction cosines of this line. Okay? And usually we shall denote these direction cosine by L, M, and M. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. These are the direction cosines of the line L, and which is denoted by L, M, N, small l, M, N. That means L equal to cos alpha, M equal to cos beta, N equal to cos gamma. Okay? These are the direction cosines. We know one relation between the cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1. That means L square plus M square plus N square is equals to 1. You have studied in 12 standards. The next term is that direction numbers or direction ratios. The numbers which are proportional to direction cosines are called as a direction numbers. If L, M, N are direction cosines, and if we have L upon A, M upon B, and N upon C, these are equals. L upon A equals to M upon B equals to N upon C, this is small c. Then the numbers A, B, C are called as direction ratios or direction numbers. Okay? In relation between direction numbers and direction ratio is, suppose this can be given as squaring and adding. Squaring and adding L square plus M square plus N square divided by A square plus B square plus C square, and then taking a square root of numerator and denominator. But this L square plus M square plus N square is equals to 1, and taking square root, this is equals to 1 upon square root of A square plus B square plus C square, and from this we have L is equals to 1 upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square. M is equals to not 1 upon this a upon. Means what we have per which can be written as, instead of writing more steps, is 1 upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square. Why this is 1? Because after taking square and adding, it is n square plus m square plus n square, it is equals to 1, and then taking square root, we get this equation. Then however add this part, and what we have, l upon a is equal to this. That means l is equals to, a goes to the numerator, a upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square. M is equals to, now consider this part, b goes to the numerator and m is equals to b upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square, and finally n is equals to c upon square root of a square plus b square plus c square. These are the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios. Here we can consider either plus or minus sign also, nothing happen. But you have to consider same. If you consider plus sign for first term, every time you have to consider that plus sign, or minus sign for first term, in every case you have to consider minus sign. Okay? These are the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios. So listen again what we have seen. The general equation of first degree is denoted by ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. All the coefficient at the same time not equal to 0. That means a square plus b square plus c square is not equal to 0. Every first degree equation in x, y, z represent a plane. That means equation of plane is ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. This equation is called as the general equation of plane. Equation of plane in normal form is given by Lx plus My plus Mz is equals to D. This is the equation normal form. If equation is given in normal form, the coefficient L, M, N are the direction cosines of the normal to the plane. That is a line which is perpendicular to the plane. Okay? And what is P? P is a perpendicular distance of plane from the origin, that is a small p. This is the equation in case of normal form. Again, remember the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios. Earlier I have told that direction cosines means cosines of the direction angles are called as a direction cosines, and a number which are proportional to direction cosines are called as direction numbers or direction ratios. Okay? Finally, remember the relation between direction cosines and direction ratios. Okay? In next lecture, we shall solve this problem. We shall stop with this. Thank you.